Why you're still broke. There was a moment nobody posts online, the one where I check my balance after working hard, paying bills, helping people, surviving another month, and wonder where all my money went. Not because I am lazy, not because I have no dreams, but because somehow, despite all my effort, I'm still standing at the edge of the month with more pressure than peace. I have learned that being broke is not always a lack of money. Sometimes it is a lack of strategy. Sometimes it is a lack of boundaries. Sometimes it is the cost of trying to look successful while quietly falling apart. And sometimes it is the consequence of living in an economy where one surprise expense can knock the wind out of an otherwise responsible person. In 2025, only 63% of US adults said they could cover a hypothetical $400 emergency expense using cash, savings, or a credit card they could pay off at the next statement. I do not say that to make excuses. I say it because shame is a terrible financial advisor. Shame tells me I am behind. Shame tells me everybody else has figured it out. Shame tells me to hide the bills, avoid the numbers, spend one more time just to feel good for an hour, and pretend that tomorrow will somehow rescue what I refuse to confront today. But I have discovered that money problems grow in the dark. The moment I turn on the light, really turn it on, I begin to take back power. The truth is, I may still be broke because I have been treating money like a visitor instead of giving it a job. Money without direction disappears like water through open hands. It comes in, it goes out, and at the end of the month I am left wondering why I work so hard without feeling any further ahead. I used to tell myself I needed to make more money, and perhaps I did, but I also needed to tell every dollar where to go before it found another place to escape, because income can rise while financial chaos rises with it. I have seen people double their income and somehow remain broke at a more expensive level. The car gets nicer. The clothes get sharper. The meals get pricier. The subscriptions multiply. The home gets bigger. The debt gets dressed up in better packaging. Suddenly, a raise does not create freedom. It simply finances a more polished prison. I call that the luxury trap, looking rich while remaining financially fragile. I do not want to be admired for what I cannot afford. I do not want people to think I am winning while I am losing sleep over payments, balances, and bills I am afraid to open. I want real wealth, not the kind that photographs well, but the kind that lets me breathe. I want the kind of money that gives me choices when life gets hard. I want margin. Margin is the space between what I earn and what I owe. It is the difference between panic and preparation. It is the quiet confidence of knowing that a flat tire, a medical bill, a job change, or a family emergency will not immediately become a personal catastrophe. I do not need to begin with a mountain of savings. I need to begin with a decision. I will stop spending every dollar that touches my hands. Even a small emergency reserve changes the way a person stands in the world. Federal Reserve data found that 55% of adults reported having at least 3 months of expenses saved for emergencies in 2025, which means nearly half did not. That does not make anyone a failure. It makes preparedness a mission. The price of avoidance. I may still be broke because I avoid the numbers. I know how this feels. I can be brilliant about other people's problems and strangely blind about my own. I may know the exact score of a game, the newest headline, the latest social media drama, and every detail of someone else's life, yet have no idea how much I spent last month on food, subscriptions, interest, impulse purchases, or habits that quietly drain me. Avoidance feels easier than awareness, but it is expensive. Every unexamined charge is a vote for confusion. Every bill I refuse to open gains power over me. Every debt I refuse to name becomes larger in my imagination and more dangerous in reality. I do not have to enjoy looking at my finances. I just have to respect them enough to face them. The first act of financial courage is not investing. It is not launching a business. It is not becoming a millionaire by next summer. The first act of courage is sitting down with the truth. What do I earn? What do I owe? What do I spend? What is essential? What is emotional? What am I financing because I genuinely need it? And what am I financing because I want people to think I have arrived? Those questions can sting. But I would rather be temporarily uncomfortable with the truth than permanently trapped by a lie. I have learned that budgets are not punishment. A budget is not a handcuff, it is a map. It is me telling my money, you are not allowed to disappear without purpose anymore. It is me deciding that rent, food, transportation, debt repayment, savings, generosity, and joy All deserve intentional places in my life. Not every dollar needs to be serious. I do not believe financial discipline means living joylessly, eating air, and never buying anything that makes life feel good. That kind of financial plan often collapses because it has no humanity in it. But I do believe I need to stop confusing temporary pleasure with lasting peace. A purchase can make me feel successful for an afternoon. A plan can make me feel secure for years. The debt that talks back. I may still be broke because I keep paying for yesterday with tomorrow's money. Debt is seductive because it lets me experience the reward before I have built the capacity. It lets me wear the watch, take the trip, drive the car, order the meal, furnish the room, or solve the emergency. Now, while quietly sending the bill to a future version of me who is already tired. And interest has no sympathy for my intentions. High-interest debt is not merely a number, it is a voice in the room. It whispers into every paycheck before I get to use it. It takes a piece of my work, my energy, my time, and my future. I may think I am buying something, but sometimes I am selling my freedom in monthly installments. That realization changed me. I do not want to owe so much that I cannot make a brave decision. I do not want a job I hate to become a cage because my lifestyle has become too expensive to leave. I do not want debt to be the silent partner in every dream I have, so I have to get honest about what I owe and attack it with a plan. I have to stop adding new leaks while repairing the old ones. I have to negotiate where I can, automate payments where I can, cut costs that no longer honor my future, and direct extra money toward the balances that are draining my life, building wealth slowly. Through living within my means, paying down high-interest debt, maintaining an emergency fund, and investing consistently in a diversified, risk-appropriate plan is the same broad approach encouraged by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. That may not sound glamorous, but freedom rarely begins glamorous. It begins with one payment, one honest budget, one canceled expense, one decision not to borrow against a future I am trying to build. The habits behind the balance. I may still be broke because I confuse being busy with becoming valuable. Working hard matters. I respect hard work. But I have to be honest, effort alone does not guarantee financial progress. I can work myself exhausted at something that has no path to growth. I can stay loyal to an income level that has stopped honoring the value I bring. I can complain about being underpaid while refusing to learn skills that make me harder to ignore, harder to replace, and easier to reward. I have had to ask myself, what am I doing to become more valuable? Am I learning? Am I improving? Am I networking with intention? Am I developing a skill that solves an expensive problem? Am I asking for the raise, pursuing the certification, creating the side income, selling the service, building the idea, or taking the calculated risk that could change my earning power? I cannot save my way out of every low-income situation. Sometimes I need to cut expenses, yes, but sometimes I need to raise my capacity. I need to become a better communicator, salesperson, creator, leader, technician, problem solver, negotiator, or entrepreneur. I need to understand that my income is often connected to the value I can create, communicate, and consistently deliver. I do not say that to blame myself for every financial struggle. Life is real. Wages can be low, rent can be high, health crises happen. Families need help. Opportunities are not distributed equally, but I refuse to let circumstances become the permanent author of my story. I may not control the hand I was dealt, but I can decide how fiercely I learn to play it. Another reason I may still be broke is that I have surrounded myself with expensive expectations. Just do it. Some circles make irresponsibility look normal. They pressure me to spend when I should save, to drink when I should plan, to flex when I should build, to chase appearances when I should create stability. They call it living, but I end up financing a lifestyle that was never truly mine. I believe one of the most financially mature things I can do is become comfortable being misunderstood. I may have to drive the practical car while others drive the dream car on debt. I may have to say no to the trip, the dinner, the designer purchase, the celebration, or the upgrade. I may have to be the one who looks behind while I quietly build a foundation nobody can see. That is all right. A seed looks like nothing before it becomes a tree. I do not want money to be the master of my emotions. I do not want to spend when I feel lonely, stressed, rejected, bored, or insecure. I do not want every difficult feeling to become an excuse for an easy purchase. I have to recognize the difference between a financial problem and an emotional wound wearing a price tag. Sometimes I am not shopping because I need something. I am shopping because I need to feel something. That is a powerful truth. When I understand it, I can pause. I can ask, what am I really trying to buy right now? Is it peace, approval, status, escape, a feeling of control? Because no package delivered to my door can permanently provide what I refuse to build inside myself. I want my money decisions to come from purpose, not pain. That means I set goals with names on them. I'm not merely saving money. I am building an emergency fund. I am paying off the credit card. I am saving for a home. I am creating a business fund. I am preparing for retirement. I am building the freedom to help my family. I am investing in a future where I can walk away from what dishonors me. Goals transform sacrifice into mission. I want to be dangerous in a different way. Not reckless, not flashy, not loud. I want to become financially dangerous because I am prepared. I have skills. I have a plan. I have fewer obligations pulling at my throat. I have money set aside. I have the courage to say no. I have the discipline to wait. I understand that wealth is not always about what I make. It is about what I keep, what I grow, and what I refuse to waste. The world may try to sell me a shortcut, a guaranteed investment, a secret system, a lifestyle paid for with borrowed money and filtered for applause, but I do not want a fantasy that collapses under pressure. I want a life that can hold weight. I want slow money, clean money, intentional money. I want a future that does not need me to lie to myself. So if I am still broke, I will not surrender to shame. I will not call myself worthless. I will not wait for some magical day when discipline becomes easier. I will face the numbers. I will cut what is killing me. I will pay what I owe. I will save what I can. I will learn what I need. I will build value. I will stop performing success and start practicing it. Because I believe being broke can be a season, but it does not have to become my identity. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.